Hola muchachos, it's Ab1 and this is Before You Watch, spoiler-free reviews. This week it's Conjuring 2. I almost forgot for a second. I know I did say I was going to do Now You See Me, and I am, but that's going to come next week because watching these movies, recording these reviews, and editing them, and doing all of that yourself is time consuming. It's like maybe 4 to 5 hours out of my day for one movie. And I'm doing that all for y'all. So thank you for watching. You better be appreciative. Anyway, so next week's going to be Now You See Me 2. And the week after that's going to be Finding Dory, because I know a lot of parents out there do watch my reviews because they want to bring their kids to movies. So Finding Dory will happen. It's just going to be a week late. But anyway, The Conjuring 2. If you don't know, I absolutely love horror movies. Unfortunately, they're just not scary anymore. The technology is just way too advanced, and there's only so many routes a horror movie can take. You know, you have movies like Saw, the gory movies like Saw and Friday the 13th and Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know. I think I got it wrong. And the Freddy one. Then you got movies that are disgusting like Human Centipede and I Spit on Your Grave. And then you have movies like this one, Conjuring, Insidious, The Possession of John Johnson, whatever the person's name is, which are like the supernatural paranormal movies. And they all have the same formula, the same type of jump scares. It's almost like going to a restaurant that serves the same food as the one down the street, but this one puts pepper on it instead of salt. You know what I'm saying? So you have to figure out the director usually has to figure out how they're going to take the same formula and make it appeal to certain viewers. Now, when I first saw that this movie was rated R, I said, okay, they about to turn up. But they didn't. There's no cursing in this movie at all. Turtles had way more cursing in this movie. And the gore is pretty much on par with the first one. And I was sitting there like perplexed when I left the theater wondering who was on the committee that voted to give this a rated R rating. It really should have just been PG-13. And the sales may suffer because of it. Who knows? It is what it is. But aside from that, the movie definitely does a lot of things really well. I always tell people you can't fully judge a horror movie until the night you watch it. If you have to turn the lights on in the hallway when you go to the bathroom and they're pissed in the middle of the night, then that horror movie did its job. And this movie did its job. What it does is it takes a lot of scenes, a lot of areas where naturally we're paranoid, and it puts them in this movie, and then it just misdirects you. So, you know, that painting that you may have on a wall where you don't want to really look at it because you're kind of shook and you think that it's staring at you while you walk around the room. It'll do something like that, but it'll misdirect you where you're watching like this cat play with the ball of yarn on the floor. Meanwhile, the painting is coming closer to the screen. That's not what happens in the movie, but you know what I mean, the misdirection, and then it just, boom, it hits you. There's no music to build up the suspense, nothing. It just happens. And I think that works really well with a lot of the jump scares because you're not really anticipating them with the whole do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. None of that's going on. It just happens, which is good because it works. The story is just the basic story of any old exorcism type movie. You know, you have a couple or a priest or something. They don't want to do exorcisms anymore. Another priest comes to them, tells them about this family. They're skeptical at first, and then they get there. They set up the video cameras and they record everything. Okay, boom. The demon becomes more aggressive until you finally vanquish it at the end of the film. It's the same formula with this movie, but everything else in between I really, really liked. The girl that's possessed, she's a really, really good actress. I mean, this girl had me shook some scenes. I'm like, oh my God, yo, stay under them covers, girl. Don't get out. Turn that flashlight off. Some of the other characters, though, they were just kind of irrelevant. Like, they didn't really need to be in this film. But it's based on the true story, so I guess that's probably why they were in it. Like, there's this one woman, and she's, like, on this quest to prove that this girl is lying about everything. And you're just like, she's just like that person that watches people have conversations and then butts in with her 2 cents here and there. And you just want to stare at them and be like, yo, who asked you That's just how I felt when she was on the screen. But like I said, it's a true story, so she had to be in there. And her character did add to the twist. There's a few twists in this movie, which I was shocked about. There are some twists, not like M. Night Shyamalan twists, but like Hawaiian Punch twists. You feel me? Also, the dynamic between the husband and wife, Patrick Wilson, and shout out to Patrick Wilson too. He comes to my job, and next time I see him, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, bruh, I see you trying to be the next great horror hero. It's working, bruh. It's working." But anyway, I just felt like the chemistry between them wasn't very real. They just don't feel like a married couple that's been through hundreds of exorcisms and possessions and things like that. I felt like they were separated for a while. She's trying to win his heart back. He's pushing her away, and then boom, something happens. Oh, we conquered this demon. We're in love again. That's really how I felt. Like, I really felt like this movie was a love story with horror elements to it, but it just had a great balance to everything. That's really how I felt about this movie. The final verdict is a 7.6, though. I really like this movie. It's better than the first one. I have to watch the Insidious movies again to see if it's better than them. It's not better than some of the Saw movies, though, but those are completely different types of horror movies. But I really like this one. The visuals were really good. I jumped a couple times, and the audio, the sound effects were really good, too. There were some scenes where, like, if somebody's walking through the hallway, you'll hear the footsteps on the left side, on the left speakers of the room, but then you'll hear, like, somebody scratching against the wall on the back right corner of the room. And it sounds really good in the theater. It's really good. It adds to the environment. So I give it a 7.6. If you got a little shorty, bring them with you, hold her hand or something. Make sure you go to a theater where the armrests go up, though, so she can snuggle extra tight. You know what I mean? And don't get any soda, because she's going to be jumping all over the place. So, good movie, 7.6. Thanks for watching. Hit me up on Twitter, ABWON. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment on them, share them. You know what I mean? Tell everybody about them. I got them coming every week, almost every other week, something like that. And, yeah, y'all be good now. I'm about to enjoy my Friday night. Peace.